Hey everybody, welcome into another edition of Make Every Second Count Live. Now tonight's episode is going to be a little different than the rest. It is all about, after all the Get Up virtual events, how can I stay up in 2021? So I have asked my friend and fellow producer Anthony Michael Russo on here with me, and we're going to get started here. So I would like to welcome Anthony to the show.
Hey Jeff, I know that before we get started, can I run to the restroom real quick?
Well, yeah.
Just kidding. How you doing, Jeff?
Oh, I'm great. How are you, Anthony?
It's living the dream. If I get to be here with you, it's a great day on earth.
Yes. Now, I have to ask you, first of all, what is Be the Change? For the people that don't know.
You know what it is. You know.
I do, but nobody else does.
Sorry, I'm feeling funny this evening. Be the Change is a movement that I started in 2016 when I just started realizing after the police shootings in Dallas, Texas, that there was a serious disconnect between people taking action and those that just create awareness and scream at the top of their lungs about doing anything. And often they scream at the top of their lungs to people that are trying to create change. And I realized that instead of just talking about change, you should be the change. I don't remember sweating with this on, but anyways, I guess there's a sweat line. So that's what Be the Change is. It's almost an anti-awareness, pro-action type company.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about.
I can't get it straight. So this is my Be the Change hat, and Anthony actually gave this to me, so I feel cool in this.
You are
and cool. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Hi, Nicole. It's good to see you. So I would like to take a second here and have you introduce yourself while I pull this up on my phone so I can welcome people into the broadcast. So if you would please tell everybody where you're from, what you do, why you do what you do, I would appreciate it.
And if you don't know, now you know. So my name's Anthony Michael Russo. I had the pleasure of meeting Jeff Marconette Jr. in 2019. It seems like a million years ago. I met him in the middle of the year, and we were at a speaking conference together called Unleash Your Greatness. Got to meet that gentleman and a few other amazing human beings like Emily Robbins, who will actually be on Be the Change Network with her own show soon. And William the King Hollis, or King Hollis, got to meet him as well. So some great people at that event. And Nicole said, yeah, who is Anthony Russo? Who is the Anthony Russo? I'm just kidding.
He doesn't.
Nikki's saying hello as well. So I'm a speaker. I speak on overcoming failure, the power of failure. Before that, though, and still to this day, as long as events come back, I am the on-field host and speaker for all the NCAA championships. So I'm the Jumbotron guy for Men's College World Series, Men's College Basketball, Final Four, Women's Softball. I've done Women's Volleyball, lacrosse, all those things. So I've been on the Jumbotron in front of tens of thousands of people acting like a complete ham. And then on the side, I've gotten really into, and I also previously successful business owner. And then on the side, I've gotten into motivational speaking, and I talk about overcoming failure and facing failure head on and embracing failure. That's what I do.
That is amazing. And it's sure been one heck of a treat for me to get to know you. And I just want to say thank you for being here for me this year. You've helped me accomplish quite a bit. And without me or without you, I wouldn't know Nicole. I wouldn't know Sarah. I wouldn't know Marilyn. I wouldn't know Nikki. Yeah, I wouldn't know a lot of people right now. So I really appreciate you opening me up to all these extra people. And I find that rather awesome. But what have we done over this past year?
Well, Jeff, you came to me in, I don't know, April-ish, maybe March. Yeah, it was about April. And you said, I think we should do a conference. We should do something online. And I said, right now, I've got nothing else to do. Why not? So you decided you wanted to do something called the Get Up conferences, because at the time everybody was struggling to get up during COVID. And it started with conference number 1. It went really well, and we've gone from there, and all the conferences had different themes, anything, but it was always Get Up. So it was Get Up and I can't remember, but Get Up, and I remember Get Up and Unite, Get Up and Be the Change, Get Up and, you remember them all?
No.
I don't remember last week. Who knows? But it was all motivational topics spiraled off of the concept of getting up and do something, getting up and be motivated, getting up and stay positive. I think that was another one. And yeah, you've had usually anywhere from 7 to 10 speakers per event, and we've had 7 of these now, and it just snowballed. And I do want to say that there was right around the second and third one, you were getting the COVID doldrums sadness, and you were slacking a bit. Third, was it the third one that you didn't want to, you were just going through the motions. And I was like, Jeff, you're better than this. And we don't need to do these if you don't feel it, if you don't want to do it. And then I don't know what happened, but you caught fire, and starting on the 4th one through the 7th, you've been putting on these amazing productions. You've been finding amazing speakers, and I've also got to watch you grow as a speaker. And I know that you've taken courses through Black Belt and different stuff, but there was Get Up and Run. Nicole's always got our back, but
no, that wasn't one.
That was actually what you said you were going to do, because you're eventually going to run. She's speaking.
But that wasn't an event. Nicole, confuse people. Why don't you?
But you have immensely grown as a speaker. Like I each time I enjoy hearing you talk. I enjoy hearing what you have to say, and then you find a way to create layers. And sometimes you went through, and I'm like, oh, I wish you would have said this. And then now in the last 3 times I've heard you speaking, I'm fully engaged, I'm fully listening, and I'm fully into everything that you say. And then you take the 7 when it was just Terrence, you and I, you gave a full 20-minute speech that was a game changer. And I learned more about you then, and it was resonating to the audience. You got your SHI together. You got it. You're on lock. You're ready to face 2021 and the years beyond it.
So what exactly are we going to do in 2021? Do you have any idea?
Hopefully something different than 2020, but the same when it comes to the Get Up conferences. So we are going to be continuing Get Up through the calendar year of 2021.
Yes, that is amazing. And I hope we honestly continue these for, I don't know how long, but years to come. I would absolutely love doing this for years, because I know the amount of people that we have helped and the amount of people that have actually gone out and done something because of what we have told them.
Jennifer Dean?
Yeah, well, we have an exceptional example, and he actually just mentioned it. So if you would like to tell them a little bit about...
You've got to try the salsa. You do it. I got it. So Jennifer, if you're watching, I received it, and I'm going to have it when I get back home this evening. I got to open up the box, but I got it. Tell them how it was. Tell them a little story.
So we actually, on the first event, I think it was the first, Jennifer Dean was on there, and she had this idea for a long time of starting a salsa company, and she kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And from the inspiration and motivation and encouragement she took from our event, she actually started the company. Now, that is freaking awesome. It's called Get Wrecked Salsa, and her grandson, I believe, is the one that picked out the name of it, so it's a pretty good name. And she has actually sent. Stop it, Anthony!
What? I'm
Gosh,
making comments. I'm
you're
just
making me
joining the
blush.
comment brigade.
You're making me blush. All right. But she has actually sent myself, Terrence, and Anthony salsa, like through the mail. And Terrence and I received ours, and Anthony just received his, and he is going to be trying it tonight as soon as he gets home. But I have to say, I don't like spicy things. And spicy things kind of bother me. And stop it, Anthony. Stop it.
You little kitty cat. You little kitty cat.
Yeah. Honestly, spicy things bother me. So I didn't get the spicy one. I got the mild one. Now, I did not expect it because I don't eat salsa a lot. But it was good. And it was actually kind of spicy. Well, spicy for me. I realize that might not be spicy to you. That's fine and dandy, but it was kind of spicy for me. But I love it. And I've eaten like almost this whole jar, and it's amazing. And as soon as she gets her Facebook website put out, I will be sharing that with everybody that watches this program, and it will be amazing. But I just want everybody out there to try Get Wrecked Salsa. She's from somewhere in Georgia. I don't know where exactly.
Somewhere outside of it, just outside of Atlanta, I think. So do you realize what you're doing when you eat that salsa? You're actually eating part of your creation. So with the Get Up conferences, with one of the speakers that she resonated with, that was all part of your brainchild, and this is what Terrence talks about, and we talk about a lot with ripple effect, is you have a ripple effect. So you're actually getting to see the fruits of your labor, and obviously she sees the fruits of hers as well, because we've created action in people, and not just changing the community, but changing their lives, changing yourself for the better. And it's amazing that in this year of 2020 that's crap in a lot of ways, there are so many great things that have happened. And with it, it's you and I making sure we're doing these things together. It's making sure that we continue to do our best to stay positive, and we're having an effect on people, whether there's 10 people watching or whether there's 100 people watching or whether there's 1,000 people watching. But people are being changed. People are being motivated. And that's the most you can ask for. And those ripple effects on the spiritual level on the world come back to us tenfold. And it's pretty amazing. I'm not going to lie.
So, Anthony, I have to ask, who, all right, besides me, because I know I'm a superstar, but what speaker in all of our conferences have you liked the best? Have you taken the most away from?
Well, have you heard me talk? I mean, it's me. So, there's been so many. Let me think. You got that one. You should have asked me that one earlier, because we've had,
I know,
60 plus speakers, around 60 speakers.
Well, you gotta remember the first conference had 16 speakers.
Yeah,
so
I haven't forgiven you for that. I haven't forgiven you for that yet. I always like what Terrence has to say, but I mean that's every time. To be totally honest, your last speech on this last Sunday was probably one of my favorites.
I said, not me. God,
I know, but I'm trying to
not listen.
I know, but I'm trying to think to each one, man. There were so many. Let's see. There was a speaker on the one that you had my mom on.
Yeah,
that was really good, and I can't remember who it was. I remember being super, super engaged in it and liking that one. Can't remember the name. I like John Bowles too. John Bowles great.
Yeah, John Bull was great.
I mean, the first couple ones, we also had your mentor as well from black belt coaching.
Yeah, Dr. Ruben West.
Dr. Ruben West is always fire. Love me some to be honest, I mean, he is a pro polished 5-figure a day speaker, and to have him at one of the conferences is pretty amazing. I would say he was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, because Ruben makes buku bucks from speaking. And the fact that he was here with us to serve all the people out there and that were watching these events, that was just amazing. But I think my favorite, well, I don't have one particular speaker in all these events, but my favorite is the amount of people that were willing to take time out of their day just to be there.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
I think that's all about being the change.
Yeah, and being willing to be a part of something bigger than themselves, and that was a consistent part of the messaging. It was consistent throughout, and people were willing. Right now, people are just willing to be a part of something big and be a part of helping each other and build each other up. So it's kind of a microcosm, and for the whole year, it's pretty amazing to see that these speakers that, some of them just wanted to get out there and speak. Some of them are speakers that get paid $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 a day, and they were willing to give 10 minutes of their time to come in and do it and rock the mic and roll out. There was a lot of talent that was willing to donate their time just in order to try to help people in this year that is 2020.
Yeah. So what was your most challenging moment of 2020? And I asked people in the audience to please comment your hardest moment, the biggest thing that you had to deal with in 2020.
Brittany, by the way, said Tiki Davis. Tiki.
All right.
Tiki was really, really good too. I forgot about Tiki. Tiki was really good. My hardest moment in 2020. Oh man. There's a lot. I mean, losing what I do for work, as I said, is events. I travel 80% of the year. Being two things. There's the fact that I lost my livelihood in terms of being able to go out and travel and see people and do different things. Number two would definitely be being the fact that Be the Change has taken kind of a political stance on certain stuff, losing a lot of friends, lost a lot of friends, they gave me a lot of disrespect. So therefore I kind of lost respect for them. I never was the first one to judge, but when people challenge my character, knowing what I do for others and what I try to do for others and that I do my best and stuff, to have people truly hear hate from people that knew me very well just because of a message was hard, very, very hard.
Yeah. Now we see that Nicole said hers was Christmas Day with the drunk driver hitting.
Did you see the pics?
Her car into her house.
Yeah, hit and run. I saw the pictures. It crumbled the frame of their house, or hit the frame of their house. The drunk driver hit the car, slammed the car into the kind of the beam on the driveway, and it looked like a mess. A mess.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty frightening. But Brittany also says, not seeing my husband since March 7th has been difficult. COVID has caused my son's OCD to worsen. I was DX with a liver issue. What's DX mean?
I was down. I was diagnosed with the liver issue.
Oh, all right. And then Marilyn said her hardest moment was being laid off and the unemployment ran out. and it's still ongoing still. So
Heard that.
I know that a lot of people are dealing with a lot of things still, or have overcome those things, but a lot of people are still suffering with them. So
it's funny. The year's so bad that I forgot probably about the two worst things. Like I'm looking at the year's so bad in a lot of ways. There's, again, I want to be clear. Every time I say how bad it is, there's been some amazing, amazing things come out of this year. So to be perfectly clear, out of darkness comes light. But I lost my last grandparent this year. My grandpa passed away about a month and a half ago. To me, that's not as bad of a time, because I think at certain points, like when people are no longer in pain and stuff, that's worth it. Totally forgot about Dr. Frank. When I didn't say that before, Dr. Frank, if anybody had been watching us since before, and I believe as though, Jeff, you remember Dr. Frank, right? From a couple of shows. Yeah. Dr. Frank was a primary care physician, got COVID, that I never would have met Dr. Frank if it wasn't for COVID, because he was a guest host on some of our comedy shows, which we got to get back to doing. We did the Biscuits and Gravy, and he got COVID. He was sick for about a week and a half, still doing shows. And he's like, it's fine. And the next thing you know, he was in the hospital on a ventilator, and we lost him. And that was, for somebody that I'd only known through social media for 3 months, 4 months, that hit me harder than probably any death besides my aunt and my father. So that hit like a ton of bricks.
Well, hi Denzel.
You know Denzel, right?
I don't know him, but I know who he is, and I appreciate you watching with us, Denzel. I haven't seen you in a long time on any of these, so. And then I think I really, the hardest thing about COVID for me, and about this year for me, has been the not traveling, the not being able to go out and see other things around the world, not being able to go out and see other people, impact other people. That's just been hard for me. And I think the isolation has been bad too. But hey, I'm still getting through. I'm still doing all these things. I'm still, it's weird, because I have noticed a lot of blessings, but they're hidden and they're hard to see, but you have to look for them. Yeah. And a lot of people, I don't think, look for the blessings that they have every day in their life. And it's really become apparent to me through all this that I have those blessings. And honestly, all of you guys watching right now are blessings. Anthony, you're a blessing. Yes, Marilyn says she's thankful for technology, helps fight the isolation. Yeah, that is so true, Marilyn. And I think technology has been a fantastic thing. It has been a blessing in itself. Look at all these people that are just saying that all these things that they're blessed with. And I want everybody to see those things every day and know that you are blessed.
Yeah.
And I saw a comment earlier, Anthony, that Woody came into your life this year too.
Yeah. So it's funny you say that. So Woody, you rescue something. Woody was dumped out of a car, and I know a lot of people, probably most people watching, have seen Woody in one of the lives before. And it's funny when I didn't quite, I've been very, very blessed my whole entire life to see other people with depression, to do my best to learn about it and try to empathize and not know what that feels like. But this year has probably change that for a lot of people like me, extroverts that are always positive. I think it's been a definite change in learning to deal with that and not knowing what it feels like necessarily. And when I got Woody, I probably didn't realize how important Woody was to my life, that dog. And for me, I was like, oh, I need a buddy. I can, whatever. And in the end, I was like, is he like, sounds funny to say, but I'm like, is he going to help me find a woman? Because, I'm 38 and I've been a little bit too much my whole entire life. I've had my fun, and we'll leave it at that. And at the same time, I'm like, all right, it's time. It feels like it's time. And I feel like everything having to do with Woody caused me to pull the trigger on getting an RV. I'm like, how fun would it be with me and my dog to travel? And then the RV ended up putting me at my friend's house in Rome, Texas, out in the middle of nowhere, which actually put me near Justin, Texas, which caused me to start talking to somebody. And I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but it's interesting. In the end, I think the dog did kind of help me find a girl in a very roundabout way. If you read The Alchemist, you kind of you see that route, like you get taken on a path the whole time. So we'll see if Woody led me to something even greater.
I love to laugh. So I'm going to say something very offensive here.
I already know where it's going.
I hope nobody out there minds, but I love playing with your Woody in my backyard.
You did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't out there. To be very clear, I was inside. The Woody was outside that he was playing with.
Yes. And it was snowing outside. I was outside in shorts and a t-shirt playing with his dog, throwing a tennis ball to his dog. That was so much fun to me. So.
Sorry. And at the same time, that's my fault. Sorry.
Yeah, well, you're all right. But I just want to say that this year has been difficult for a lot of people. And we on Get Up, the whole Get Up team wishes you a very happy new year. We hope you had a very good Christmas. We hope that your next year will be better than this year. And we will be back to help you guys, even if your new year is great. I promise you that. Because I am making every second count. What does make every second count mean for me? Well, you see, I know that we only have one life. So we have to make it count. Why? You never know when those seconds are going to run out on that one life. So anything else you would like to add, Anthony?
No, I'm excited for 2021. I think there's a lot of great things that have came from this year, and I can't wait to see what happens next year.
Yes. So again, guys, from me, Jeff Marconette, the international award-winning Make Every Second Count speaker, telling you have a happy new year, but remember to make every second count.